Hello Leia users and welcome to the 7th Leia video tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to go over how to edit the blog section right here. Now I know it's called the blog section, but it doesn't have to be for blog posts exclusively. You could call this something else like events, right? And if you had a business or whatever your site was for that created a lot of events, you could post those here as well, right? So that's just another way of thinking about it. And for this reason, the way that you actually edit these events or blog posts is with a header or a section that has a header called dynamic content, right? So this is just to articulate that it's not specifically for blog posts. Anyhow, no matter what you're trying to post here, you're always going to start with this create post button. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is give it a title, so we're going to call it blog post 1. Okay, then you can attach an image. What this does is it sets the background for the little box that will appear within that section that users can click on to view the content of the post. And if you don't upload anything here, one of our generic images will be used for you. And this is where you can actually create the post, you can create the content. So you have a few different options here. You can insert images, you can use numbered lists, bullet points, you can mess around with the indentation, the justification of the text, all sorts of stuff. I'm not going to get too fancy with it, right? I just want to illustrate how this works. So down at the bottom here you have this comment section, and this obviously explains in this paragraph here what this means and what you have to do in order to allow comments on your blog posts. And it's pretty simple. You just need to upgrade to either Leia Pro or Leia Business. What this will do is it will have a little comments box down at the bottom of your post, and users who go to your site, who read your posts, can create a quick account, just like a quick username and a password, and then be able to post comments, on whatever posts you create. Pretty self-explanatory, I suppose. So anyhow, it's obviously, this is disabled right now because we do not have Leia Pro on this account. We're going to go over all the other cool things that you can do with Leia Pro and Leia Business in future videos. But for now, we're just going to leave this obviously as no because we don't have any other options, and click post. Okay, so now it's going to ask if we want to see our post, so I'll click yes. And it says we have unsaved changes. I'm going to say no, just view it. Okay, so if we go down to our blog section, you'll notice that we have this blog post 1 here, right? That was the title of it. And as I mentioned, it's just going to use a generic image because we didn't upload our own image, but if we did, that's what we'd see here. So if we click on the post, that's it. Right, we got our title, we have the date that it was posted, and the body. And the comment section, if we had one, would be right down here. So blog posts themselves aren't individual pages. You can't take users directly to a blog post. However, you can take them to the blog section of your page, and you do that by typing in your domain name and then #blog. Okay, and this will take users down to the very bottom where your posts are loaded. Okay, so just keep that in mind going forward. If you do upgrade to Leia Business, however, you're allowed to add multiple pages to your website, and with that, you can create individual pages for the blog posts that you want, but not in the traditional dynamic content section create post button style, right? You would create a new page that looked, similar to your first one here, and then you would use the sections here to adjust the content of the post, right? And you'd create an entire page with some sort of an extension up here, right? consult.site.live/ blog post 1 or something like that, right? Given the name of our post. But that's just something to keep in mind as well. And again, like I said, we're going to go over all the Leia Business stuff in a later video. Okay, so that's how you create a post. Now you can edit it. All right, so as you can see, I have blog post 1 here. That's our only post. If I click edit, I can then adjust all of the information that was provided for the post up front. Okay, super simple. I can also obviously delete the post in the same way. Click that, and then I can choose which post I want to delete. Then delete comment. Again, obviously this is only applicable if you have comments, but if somebody comments something on one of your blog posts that you don't want to stay there, you can use this button right here to delete that. And then this last one at the bottom, set max posts, is a way for you, if you have a ton of posts, to determine which ones show up, right? So as you could see back at the live site, and I'll reopen that tab. Right, so we have our one post that loaded. If we had, say, 100 different posts, we don't want all of them to load in here at the same time, because that would make this blog section really, really big and really, really annoying to scroll through if you just wanted to get down to, say, the contact section. Right, so setting the maximum posts will determine how many posts to load initially. If it's 0, that means load everything, right? Load every single post we have. But let's say you wanted to do 3. Right, you could save this, and so if you had more than 3 blog posts, what it would do is it would load the most recent 3 in this section here, and then it would have a next button and a previous button for you to toggle between sets of 3. Right, I hope that makes sense. That's pretty much as clearly as I can explain it. But again, that's really only applicable if you have many, many blog posts and you want to make sure that you don't load all of them at once. But that's all that we're going to talk about in this video. Just what blog posts are, what you can do with them outside of actually creating a blog, right? Because not everybody has a blog on their page, but a lot of people are going to want to post updates, and that's a cool way to do it. So in the next video, we're going to go over how this custom content section works, and specifically this add section button, which will allow you to add sections into your page that look like this right here, right? You can add text, images, buttons, links, icons, you name it. You can create your own custom sections from scratch, but you need to upgrade to Leia Pro in order to do so. So anyhow, thank you for tuning into this video, and we hope that you tune into the next one as well.